assault that is taking place on farmers all around this country, incited by the cowardly keyboard warriors at Aussie Farms. This is a disgrace. Last night, when I was up at the Launceston Aquatic Centre, getting a few laps in afterwards, a dad came up to me. He's a dairy farmer. Bridget knows, she's a farmer too. And he's just wanted to thank the government and thank me for standing with our Australian farmers. And as you know, we've already taken action to make that organisation subject to the Privacy Act and the penalties that go around for breaching people's privacies, which can involve fines of up to $500,000. I've also said that if there is any civil actions that are brought against the organisation, the Commonwealth would look very favourably on funding that as a test case against this organisation. Now, the Attorney-General is going to stand up this afternoon and make some further announcements on this, and that is that our government would introduce legislation that would ensure that those who engage in using such information to incite criminal activity of people going and seeking to trespass or cause these types of injuries to the well-being of our farming community, they will face jail terms up to 12 months. So we're not kidding. I think what's happening, and I'm talking about people who are engaging in civil protests in public streets in our communities. I mean, there's another big protest going on. I understand today it's the union's turn today, and they'll be shouting and screaming and doing all of that. I mean, that's people's democratic right. I mean, I know it causes great inconvenience to people trying to get to work. There was even a woman the other day who was just trying to get to the hospital for treatment, and she was obstructed by those protests. But it's a democracy, we understand that. But what is being done by Aussie Farms, I believe, is that when they're using people's personal information, details about their homes, it's not just their farm, it's their home. It's where their kids live and grow up. And they are being targeted in the most mercenary way by an organisation that can only think of itself and not think to the real damage that is being done to the livelihoods of these hard-working Australians. Now, I can assure you, I have got their back, and we're re-elected, then we will put that legislation in place, and they will feel the full force of my government's laws to bring them to justice for what I think is a despicable act. I'm disappointed that many of the other political parties have not come forward as strongly on this, and I assume the Greens actually support it. And how you could actually preference the Greens above the Liberal Party when they're engaged in supporting that sort of criminal type behaviour is beyond me, but that's for others to answer. What we'll do is we'll act, we'll take action. And the Australians who are running their farms, we're on their side, and I believe all of Australians are, and we won't put up with it.